Okay, welcome everybody to Wallach Wednesday. And we are so proud and happy to have you all here with us tonight. We'd just like to pass the call over to him. He is the one that has gotten more women pregnant than, who was it, Doc? Who did you say got more women pregnant than who?
Solomon.
Huh?
Solomon.
That's right, David. Thank you so much. Okay, David, would you please introduce Dr. Wallach? Thank you so much.
Hi, Doc. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Repeat that for me. I've got more women pregnant than who?
Than Solomon.
Oh, than Solomon. Oh, yeah. Oh,
That's what I tell.
Yeah,
I tell everybody that.
Yeah, he didn't know what he was doing.
Right. So, thank you, Doc. And I hear you got some new news about Mike Tyson. You want to share that with us tonight?
I apologize. I don't have any news about Mike Tyson. I apologize.
Oh, okay.
So if you have
all
the
right.
news,
So
you say it.
a little premature. Okay.
Do you have the news?
Well, I heard that he reached out, or somebody reached out about Mike Tyson. I heard he was in a wheelchair and he's not doing well. And I don't know, maybe I misunderstood. I thought he reached out to you, or maybe you're trying to reach out to him.
Well, yeah, I asked a bunch of people to reach out to him, but nobody has contacted me back saying they've connected.
Ah, okay. All right, I did mishear then. Okay.
Well, maybe you know something I don't know.
Well, somebody told me that he reached out to you, but maybe I must have misheard that.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'll chase that down. Thank you for bringing that up. And I do.
Oh, you're welcome.
I do want to remind everybody that we're down low on our book supply, and so we're reprinting the books. And we're also printing a new price list because the printing is very high. It's gone up a lot because of all this financial stuff and the COVID and all that kind of thing. Okay, just a minute. Okay, I'm hearing a lot of talking and noise and clanking. Okay, just a minute.
Yeah, if everybody could mute, if everyone could mute.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, now I'm getting it. Okay.
Yeah, we got you, Doc.
Okay.
Thank you.
At any rate, so we're reprinting the books and also the price list. And so people, if they're thinking about buying books, whether it's one book or 10 books or a whole case, they need to go ahead and get it done in the next day or 10 days or so, because when the new price list comes out, we'll have to charge the new amount of money. And if they buy them now, they'll pay the current prices, right? So they'll save a lot of money. And so that's very important. And so I'll go down a few books that are very important for building your business. Hell's Kitchen, of course, goes into the transition from wood stoves and coal stoves to electricity, because the byproduct of burning wood and coal was ashes. There was 90% minerals and only 2 or 3% carbon. We put it in the garden and put it in our food, and we got our minerals that way. Well, once we went to electricity, there was no more ashes, there's no more minerals. And that's why we have all these diseases today that they didn't have a long time ago. Okay, so Hell's Kitchen goes into that transition from wood and coal to electricity. Immortality is a book we spent 5 years going to places and reading up on cultures that lived longer than anybody else, and what it was they consciously avoided and what it was they consciously proactively did. And then Dead Doctors Don't Lie, of course, is a bestseller. And of course, the CDs, we sold over 600 million copies of the CDs, are in 9 languages. CDs, and yeah. And let's see here, It's All in Your Head. That one is just going crazy. It's All in Your Head, the book and the CD, because nobody ever thought about osteoporosis in the skull causing all these problems. Okay. And there's over 37 different diseases, 17 of which are caused by the skull squeezing the spinal cord, and everything south has problems. And then let's see here, Rare Earths and Cures. That book tells you about how to collect your hair, how to package it up, where to ship it. Don't forget to put the check in there. And it's in chapter 10 and 11, starts on page 272. Epigenetics is a summary of my thesis, which is in the Smithsonian Institute as a National Treasure. And I have good news about that. When the thesis was printed into a book, a hard copy book, 5,000 pages were cut down to 1,200 pages, and it's sold for $25,000 each. Now you can get them for $6,000, $5,000, $3,000, $1,500, depending on the condition they're in. And what we're doing is we're going to reprint that book, okay? And of course, epigenetics sells for 25 bucks each, as more within everybody's price range. But we're going to take the 8 or 10 chapters in the book, the disease of exotic animals, and print each chapter as a book. And so that way it's going to be a price range which everybody can afford. And so we're very excited about that, because it goes into why we did that $25 million study. And they picked me because Marlon Perkins, the old Mutual Omaha Wild Kingdom show, took my first written, published scientific paper, okay? It was a mass die-off of sheep. 500 died in one night because they've been getting slowly poisoned with nitrates from the surrounding farms, sleeping into their water, the nitrate fertilizers. And then when the temperature dropped from 50 degrees to 16 degrees in one night, they all died of hypothermia. And I wrote it up, got it published, and gave it to Marlon Perkins and many other people, governors and senators and so on. And when I was in Africa working on the white rhino conservation project, which was my first postdoctoral fellowship, he called me back because he gotten that $25 million grant. And that was to find a species of animals in the zoos in the big cities around the world that were sensitive to pollutants, the same as humans. So we're going to use the zoo animals as the canary in the mine, just like the old coal miners used to use canaries in the mine. If toxic gases would leak into the mine, the canary would drop off the perch and die, and they knew to get out. And so that was what that was all about. And then let's see here. Black gene lies. There are no genetic diseases, no autoimmune diseases in people of color. And then Dr. Wallach's cooking without the bad foods, okay? And so this book is 300 pages, and it deals with gluten-free cooking and fried food-free cooking and so forth. And so all those books, they're just part, because I have 21 best-selling books, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 or 9. These books are ones that so many people use, and I urge you, if you are planning on buying one, or 2 or 3 or 5 or whatever, do it now, because we're having to reprint these things because we're running out of them. And the printing has gone up because of all the prices going up on everything, including the printing. And so you get a big discount if you buy 10 copies of any one book. If you buy them by the case, you get a big discount. We have one distributor who every week or 10 days, they come and buy 2 cases of books, okay? Because they see what's coming, and they want to make sure they have all the books necessary to build and expand their Youngevity business. Now, with that said, our life expectancy in the United States runs from 75 to 79, depending on whose data you're looking at. The Philippines is 71, Australia is 82.9, New Zealand is 82.3, Japan is 84.7, Canada is 84, China is 76, the UK is 81, Russia is 72, South Africa is 63, Mexico is 77, Italy is 83, Egypt is 71, Germany is 81.26, Spain is 82, Ukraine is 71, and the one that really fascinates me is Hunza in the Himalayan mountains. Their life expectancy is 120, and many live to be 140, 150, 160. They live in small villages, maybe 3, 4, 5 families in a valley, and but they're surrounded by all these volcanoes, and the volcanic ash gets sucked up by all their crops, and they're getting their minerals that way. They're getting their plant-derived colloidal minerals, okay? And so that's why we get our plant-derived colloidal minerals from there, and also from the oceans, where thousands and thousands and thousands, maybe even millions of years ago, there were volcanoes, and the ashes were sucked up by plant minerals and by plants and made into all these formations and everything. And so now we're getting our plant-derived colloidal minerals to match what goes on in Hunza for our YOUNGEVITY family, okay? And reefs, okay, sit on top of these deposits. So we have to go under the reefs to get them, okay? So we're not using ground up rocks for mineral sources like everybody else is. We're using plant minerals. And so that's what makes us different, okay? And let's see here. One of the things, of course, that drives people crazy is the doctors say all our diseases are autoimmune, your body's attacking itself, they're genetic. And of course, there's a whole list of them that are common. Lupus erythematosa, fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis, irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, celiac disease, diverticulitis, metabolic syndrome, central nervous system demyelinization. The white matter of your brain goes away, and 25% of your brain matter and 25% of your spinal cord matter is cholesterol, the white matter of the brain. When it goes away, you're in trouble. Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a physician-caused disease. Okay, it's actually caused by deficiency of cholesterol. So when you have Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease and any of these, quote, autoimmune diseases, you need to be eating 3 eggs twice a day with soft yolks, soft scrambled in butter. Okay, soft scrambled in butter. And it's one of those things where you want to make sure that you're getting that cholesterol. Okay, and especially you have to remember that cholesterol makes up 95% of testosterone and 95% of estrogen. And so you want to make sure you're eating those eggs, and they have to be soft scrambled in butter, soft scrambled in cream and milk, not margarine. All right. And let's see here. And then there's psoriasis, diabetes type 1, MS, multiple sclerosis, which is very closely related to Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease. Also Guillain-Barré syndrome, which is MS in the spinal cord, usually in younger people. And then Graves' disease, which is a disease of the thyroid gland, which is what I saw in those 500 lambs that died in one night. And doctors want you to believe that it's an autoimmune disease, so they want you to have your thyroid cut out, and they'll give you thyroid medication. No, no, no. All of these are just simple nutritional deficiencies. All of these are simple nutritional deficiencies. So you get off all the bad foods, you take your 90 essential nutrients, you use the secret sauces for whatever system is involved with your problem, okay? For the sex hormones, we have the Zera test for males and Zerafem for females. 95% of your hormones for male hormones and female hormones are cholesterol, so don't forget to eat those eggs. And so you'd be a totally different person. And just to show you why doctors aren't interested in telling people about osteoporosis of the skull, because when it comes to osteoporosis, when you just look at 3 countries, US, Canada, and European Union, just combined each year, they spend $6.5 trillion treating the symptoms of osteoporosis. That's $2.2 trillion for each country per year just to treat the symptoms of osteoporosis. Why would they want people to know that you can cure osteoporosis of the skull with a nutritional program? Okay, it's all in your head with a CD and the book, right? And so they don't want people to know that you can get osteoporosis above the neck above, right? They only want you to know you have osteoporosis from the neck down, so they can give you artificial knees, artificial hips, like Oprah Winfrey, 68 years old, great talk show host on TV for many years, very famous, 68 years old, and she got a double knee replacement. Why did she do that? Okay, well, she had osteoporosis. She had arthritis. Well, she should have given us a chance for 90 days to rebuild her, and she'd be kind of like 25 years old. Or right now, she's, in deep doo-doo because she's had double knee replacement and she didn't change her diet. And so it's one of those things where we really, really, really have to get with the people we love. And don't forget, these books are going to be changing price here within 2 to 4 weeks. So if you've been interested in buying a book or 10 or cases, get them now and you'll pay the current prices. You do not want to wait and then have to say, oh gosh, I should have bought them 2 weeks ago. Don't say that. Just do it now, and that will save you a lot of money. Okay, let's see here. When you have osteoporosis of the skull, you're squeezing the 12 pairs of cranial nerves in the spinal cord. Cranial nerve number 1 being squeezed, you lose your sense of smell. Number 2 being squeezed, the optic nerve gets squeezed and you slowly lose your vision. Ptosis, number 3, your pupil doesn't respond to light. Cranial nerve number 4 gets squeezed, you have double vision. Cranial nerve number 5, you get trigeminal neuralgia, very painful in their cheeks and around your eyes and so forth. Cranial nerve number 6, you get double vision and strabismus. Cranial nerve number 7, you get Bell's palsy and your face droops. Tinnitus, ringing in the ears, deafness, vertigo, balance problems, Meniere's disease, and cranial nerve number 8. Loss of the gag reflex, your voice changes and you can't taste food anymore. That's cranial nerve number 9. Gastroparesis, extreme pain in your stomach, along with AFib, atrial fibrillation. It's not a stomach problem, it's not a heart problem. It's actually your cranial nerves, 10 being squeezed by your skull. Loss of the trapezius function, you can't lift your arms above your head like this, okay, because the cranial nerve number 11 is being squeezed. Cranial nerve number 12 being squeezed, you get atrophy of the tongue and speech problems. So if you have cranial nerve number 12 being squeezed and number 9 being squeezed, you cannot communicate, okay, at all. In the spinal cord, there's 17 different diseases you get from your spinal cord being squeezed. And one of the more common ones is it squeezes the spinal cord, okay? And the spinal cord tells your urinary bladder to urinate, and you urinate 3, 5, 8, 10 times a night. So that's the giveaway. And this is not a prostate problem because women get this problem more frequently than men. And women don't have prostate glands, okay? And so this is one of those things where this is simple stuff. And I urge you, again, to let everybody know in your YOUNGEVITY family, if you are, building a business and you have business builders in your organization, make sure that they all know, email them, let them all know that within 2 to 4 weeks, the book prices are going to be going up because of the cost of printing. And so buy them now and you get to, you buy 10 of one title, you get the big discount. You buy a case of one title, of course, you get a big discount. We have one distributor who every week or 10 days, they come and they buy 2 cases of books. Well, why is that? Well, because they're paying the prices, today's prices, so they don't have to pay next week's prices. Okay, so use your head and get your tools and build your business. Okay, with that said, I'm going to turn it back over to Dave and Pam. Hello, Dave and Pam.
Sorry, Doc, I had to mute my line and I forgot. Anyway, thank you so much for that. I got a challenge for you, Doc. If everyone on the call buys one of each of your books, will you autograph them for them before you send them out?
We can do that. We can autograph them.
Okay, cool. Awesome, awesome. Okay, who's got a question? Okay, Viola's got a question here, Doc. She's in our home, so Pam's going to pass the phone to her.
Hi,
Okay,
doctor.
Viola. Hi.
I've been suffering with interstitial cystitis of the bladder for about 18 years. Haven't had any really help medically from the medical
Now
doctor.
you're talking about a urinary bladder problem?
Constant infections, interstitial cystitis.
Now, are you
Uh,
talking about, wait a minute, are you talking about gallbladder or urinary bladder?
urinary bladder.
Okay. Do you have any tinnitus or ringing in your ears?
Yes, I have problems with middle ear Veneers disease also.
Okay. How much do you weigh?
Oh, I've lost about 10 pounds. I'm probably down to about 162 now.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'll be 75 next week.
Okay. Do you have any high blood pressure or diabetes?
Yes, no, I'm having problems with blood pressure, and my last A1C was 5.9.
Okay. Well,
So,
that's not real bad. That's not real bad. Okay. So any other issues, any joint problems, any
oh yeah, I have osteoporosis of the spine really bad with bulging discs in my neck and upper spine. My fingers are getting osteo also
okay.
arthritis.
How many times you wake up at night to urinate? Once, 3 times, 5 times?
Sometimes a couple, sometimes 3.
Okay, so 2 to 3 urinations a night.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, guess what? You have osteoporosis of the skull.
yeah.
You have
I've,
osteoporosis of the skull.
I've had a couple really bad serious head injuries also. When I worked in a nursing home years ago,
Mhm.
I was punched in the head and
Yeah, well, I'm sure that contributed, but you have osteoporosis of the skull because all these symptoms you have are caused by osteoporosis of the skull, squeezing your cranial nerves and your spinal cord. When you wake up 2 to 3 times a night to urinate, again, the spinal cord is being squeezed by your skull, and the spinal cord is telling your urinary bladder to urinate. That's why that's happening. It's not your prostate gland because girlies don't have prostate glands, right?
yeah.
And then um, also, when you have high blood pressure, that can be due to um, things going on again in your skull, and you had cervical problems, right? Now you're talking about neck problems.
Oh yeah, many whiplashes, several accidents, and
Okay. All right. So here we go. And
yeah,
you're saying you weigh 162 pounds about. So I
yeah.
want you to get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no butter, rye, oats, no buckwheat, no peanuts, no, let's see here, absolutely no sugar, absolutely no carbonated drinks. Even the diet ones got to go because carbonation neutralizes stomach acid, so you cannot absorb minerals or digest food. And then I want you to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, a full dose of everything twice a day. I want you to have 2 bottles a month of our MSM. So you can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time. And they're going to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone makes bone itself, including the skull and your knees and your back and all these areas, right? And then you need the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Take 3 of those twice a day. It's 2 bottles a month. If you're on medication for high blood pressure, don't cold turkey off the medication. But as your blood pressure begins to go down, you can slowly reduce the medication based on the numbers. It might take you 2 to 6 weeks to get off your medication. All right. And then, do you ever get dizzy or fall asleep, say an hour after you eat dinner?
I get dizzy a lot. Also, doctor, I don't have a thyroid gland. I had a tumor on that over 35 years ago, and that was shrunk to nothing. So I have no thyroid.
Do they surgically remove it?
No, but they gave me radiation.
Okay.
Drink it.
Radioactive iodine. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Naughty boys and girls. Okay. Very naughty. Okay.
No.
Okay. So I do want you to also take our Synaptive. Take 3 of those twice a day. It'll help your brain work better. Okay. And your spinal cord to work better. I also need you to have 3 eggs twice a day. It's going to replace the cholesterol you're missing. Okay. You need the 3 eggs twice a day with soft yolks. Okay. Soft boiled, soft poached, that kind of thing. Hard boiled won't work, and fried won't work.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So give us a call every couple of weeks because you're going to have a great story. All your problems are going to go away, and because they're all due to osteoporosis of the skull and some of your injuries from days past, but they're still repairable. All right.
Yeah. I have a hard time with, I am on Armour thyroid.
Okay. Well, if they've destroyed your thyroid gland, you have to be on something. Okay, we also have Ocean's Gold. You could go ahead and take 3 of the Ocean's Gold twice a day. See if that doesn't help you out in your thyroid area. Okay.
Okay.
Ocean's Gold.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. What do I do about the cystitis, all the pain in the bladder? That's really a bad one.
Okay, now that's going to go away because that has to do with your back, your spinal cord being squeezed, and that's all going to go away.
Oh, wow, that'd be great.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, doctor.
Yeah, give us a call every couple of weeks.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. Dave, Pam, do we have
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I've got Mary Davy on my line with me, and she's had some issues for the last month or so. She's ended up with 6 stents. They said her blood sugar's going off the chart. You know, she's got congestive heart failure. They said she had an infection in her lungs, and it seems like none of that was even true except for the congestive heart failure. And I don't know if they just did all that just because they needed money.
Weigh? How much does she weigh?
She weighs 170. She weighs 170.
Okay. Yeah, she could have congestive heart failure. It's a very common disease of the heart.
Yep.
So at any rate, 170 pounds. And how old is she? How old is her?
She's 80. Now, Doc, she's been with us for 3 years. She met you in Wichita at that wildlife game preserve.
Okay.
And she's been very clean with her eating. She's all alone, just her and her dog. Her dog is gluten-free. She's gluten-free.
Okay.
She has not been able to afford to take everything she needs, but she's been, doing very well until this recent episode. All of a sudden,
she needs to add 2 things because she got congestive heart failure. Okay.
Yep.
Number 1, she needs 2 bottles a month of our de-stress capsules. Have her take 3 of those 3 times a day, 3 breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 dinner time.
Right.
De-stress capsules.
3.
Okay. And then I also want her to take the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Take 3 of those twice a day. They're small bottles. She can take 3 twice a day, the Ultimate Daily Classic. That's going to support healthy blood flow through blocked arteries in the brain, the heart, and the kidneys, and also help control the blood pressure. Okay.
Now, her biggest issue right now is it seems like at nighttime, after dinner, the sun goes down, she seems to get anxious. She gets short of breath. Her lungs are good. Her oxygen level is up, but she just can't catch her breath, and she can't sleep.
Okay, so she needs a Synaptive. Get her Synaptive, 2 bottles a month of Synaptive. Take 3 twice a day. That'll give her brain cells what they need to talk to each other. Make sure she's eating 3 eggs twice a day with soft yolks.
She's doing that. Yep.
Okay. But she needs the Synaptive, and I'd also have her take the Memory FX. Take 3 of those twice a day. Okay.
With the Memory FX?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Doc. Thank you so much. Any other questions?
Guys.
Okay.
David Hodge.
Just be telling every
We got one more question, Doc.
Okay, we'll go quickly.
I think we got one more.
Quickly.
David
Let's
Hodge.
go. There you go, David.
Hello, Doc. How are you?
Yes, sir. Quickly, what's your problem?
I'm 73 years old, 6 foot, 176. Just got out of the hospital. I was in the hospital in February with AFib, and just got out from a week ago from the hospital again with AFib, and then they diagnosed that I had congestive heart failure.
Okay, how do they treat you for AFib? Did you have ablation?
No, I did not do any of that.
Okay, good. Okay, so here we go. 176 pounds, AFib is osteoporosis of the skull squeezing the 10th cranial nerve. Okay. And so you need to get rid of all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no butter, rye, oats, no sugar, no buckwheat. Then I want you also to take 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, a full dose of everything twice a day. Maybe doing this, but for our other listeners, 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, a full dose of everything twice a day. You need 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time to support and promote maintenance repair, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone mix, bone itself, including the skull and the vertebrae, and your shoulders, and your hips, and your knees. And then I also, let's see here, we said de-stress, we said let's see here, I also want you to take, the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, take 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. And those support healthy blood pressure and healthy blood flow through blocked arteries, coronary arteries, arteries in the brain, arteries in the kidneys. And so let's go there. And then, you know, you can use our sports drink, our Rebound for energy. If you're going to use the cans, make sure you pop the tops at night, put them in the refrigerator. Don't drink them until the next day. If you want to use the canisters, you can drink them right away because the powder in the canisters and the sticks don't have carbonation in them. But use the Rebound for an energy drink. Don't use colas and diet colas and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Just remember, our Rebound has 100 nutrients in it, 75 minerals and 25 vitamins, amino acids.
Do the 90
Thank
for
you
life
so
and all
much,
that,
Doc.
right?
I'm sorry?
Yep.
90 for life.
Yeah, well, the 90 for life is in the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. It's actually the core.
Okay, that's right.
The Healthy Brain and Heart Pack has 215 nutrients in it. The 90 for life has 90.
Right.
Okay, I got to run, guys. God bless
Thank
you.
you,
Thank you,
Doc.
doctor.
Great work.
We appreciate you.
Love you guys.
Love you, Doc.
Bye-bye.
See you next
Thank
week.
you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Doc.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Great
Have a
call.
great night, Doc.
Yes, it was a good call. Good questions.
We love you. Thank
you.
Bye-bye.